So, coming to the stage, we have Davi Soul, ladies and gentlemen. Woo!
Water?
Good.
Yes.
Oh yeah, you got the water on it. Hey Justin, you grab Dobby's water real fast.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. I appreciate it.
All right, Dobby, thanks for being in the studio with us today, man.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a live performance coming up after the interview too, so stay tuned for that. Dobby was telling us it's gonna be the first time he's performed in 2 years, which is crazy. We're super lucky to have him in here.
Yeah.
So Dobby, tell me a little bit about Alone in the Crowd. Tell me about the process. In fact, you know what? Start off. Tell me about the title. I want to know where did the inspiration come from?
So Alone in the Crowd. The title just comes from just this feeling that I had where I've always the type of dude with like a big family, big group of friends. You know what I mean? But thank you so much. But I just always felt like, you know, even though like physically I'd be around so many people and I just, you know, just be like, you know, crowded a whole lot. Like I always felt these things in my head where I'd be around these people and I just felt like, yo, like I just can't relate all the time. Or like I'm just like I just feel kind of just like still there. It's like you ever been at a party and you're just like, dang, I'm around all these people, but I'm just so in my head I can't even enjoy it.
Like you're just kind of like on the side, like you see
Yeah.
everyone, but
Yeah, it's like, dang, bro, like how can I be around all these people but still feel like I'm by myself?
Yep.
And I feel like that's an emotion that so many people have had. And basically, like this whole album is just like, you know, it's not like a super strict, conceptual album. It's just like, yo, like these are the emotions that like the random emotions that I feel and the thoughts that I think, and like how it sounds whenever I feel that way. Whether it be like at a family function or whether I'm at like some party at a festival, you know what I mean? Like I feel like that a lot, you know what I mean? So that's what the whole title is from. The title actually comes like I was actually at work one time back when I used to work. Like I do music full time now, but I used to but I used to like work and then whatchamacallit, and I was just like, bro, like I got all these coworkers here, bro. They're all talking up a storm. They're all like over here, and I'm just like by myself.
Yep.
And I was just like, bro, like, dang, bro, like I'm really alone in the crowd right now. And I was like, bro, that's the title.
Yeah.
That's
let
the
me
title.
write that down. Real quick.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that feeling completely comes through in the album. So I'd
Yeah.
say that you were pretty successful at capturing that feeling, honestly. Especially.
Like the skits in the album too, in the album too, of like
really
it's
good.
like, oh, I was just in Atlanta with this dude.
Yeah.
What does he mean that he's alone?
Yeah,
Like,
because it's crazy. Because you know, like I'm definitely not like a loner about like, you know, like conventional means. You know, like I said, I have a lot of friends. They're great friends. You know what I mean? But really, like it's not their fault. Like it's my own fault that I feel that way. You
no,
feel me?
I get that.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
partially also too. Sometimes especially as a musician in this industry and stuff, I think a lot of times you make relationships with people and you don't necessarily get to know them that well, and you're hanging out at parties, listening parties, whatever, and you're trying to get as many people as you can, and you're like, damn, I don't even like know these people here right now or whatever. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I'm surrounded by people, but like no one knows me. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, even with the homies, man. Like we were trying to make it more of a point to like hang out outside of doing work.
that's good.
Because I'm like, every time I see these dudes, shout out to JR and David Chaos over there. We're always just like, you know, no matter what we do, we're like, yo, let's go get some dinner. Let's go get some lunch. We're
Yeah.
just always talking about the next move. I'm like, bro, let's just do some personal stuff sometimes. You know what I mean? I think it's just healthy to build stuff like that.
It's hard when you're on the grind all the time, man.
Yeah.
Like you gotta keep your like focus, but at the same time, yeah, you gotta take time for yourself. Will knows about that. Will just took the
Yeah.
whole weekend off.
I just got back from vacation, a little like trip in a cabin, and like it was just me.
Yeah.
It was
He
just me
alone
out
in the
there.
cabin, just
Alone.
Yeah.
That's the next album.
Out in the middle of nowhere in Ohio, and I'm probably the blackest thing in 20 miles. But
Hey, that's some Bonnie Bear.
Yeah, absolutely.
but you know, it's definitely. I understand of like every once in a while you need some time to yourself, recognize who you are and what you want to do, and when you do that, you kind of look at the ones around you and it's like, first of all, who's with me?
Yeah.
Who will rock with me no matter what? You know, when I'm at my best or at my worst, who's in my circle?
Yeah.
And you having your own team and your friends, you know, like having someone that you can just go grab dinner. Hey, I'm thirsty. Y'all want to go get some smoothies or something? You got some people to do that. That's great. Yeah.
Thank you, man.
All right, well, let's get back to the album. I was just gonna say the production choices on it are like inspired.
Thank
I,
you,
I,
bro.
I really, really, really love it, and it fits like the vocal melodies that you're going for perfectly. How involved in the production process were you?
So me and my homie Okasan, he couldn't be here. He's in Cincinnati right now.
Yeah,
but
based Okasan did produce the whole album.
yeah, nah, me and him produced it all together.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
so like I was a producer before I was ever a singer.
Very nice.
So
Okay,
like
yeah.
I'm like
that makes perfect sense.
yeah.
Honestly.
So I did like most of like the keys and the guitar and all that,
Very cool.
and then he did most of the drums, the bass, and like the like B melodies and whatnot. So like it's kind of crazy because like I'm such a like I'm not a technical like musician at all.
Mhm.
Like I do everything by feeling. Like I can't read music. I can play instruments, but I can't read music. I don't know a lot of theory. I'm learning it though, and he's super technical. Like we opened up FL, and he's like, "We gotta do it by the grid, bro." And I'm like, I'm just like, "All right, bro." Like
That's honestly kind of a perfect combination, though.
Yeah,
one
so-
person by feel, one person who's like got the nitty gritty shit. You know,
Yeah.
like
So it works out really, really well, you know. So like I do like a lot of live instrumentation. Like I play the keys, the guitar. Like I played it live and whatnot. And then his drums, he's just crazy with the drums.
crazy drums, man. Yeah.
So wait, the guitar in the crowd, that was you?
So the guitar, there's actually no guitar in the crowd.
No? But
What is it?
So the guitar that
Yeah, the Santana kind of
that's
guitar riff?
that's the homie Placard. That's his vocals, and we ran it through a guitar amp.
Yo, that's
guitar
dope.
riff.
wow.
Dope.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
Oh,
the
that
other
sounds
guitar,
amazing.
the other guitar, that's a
Yeah.
keyboard that we also ran through guitar amp. So there's no
Nice,
guitar in that
nice.
song.
Yeah. That's dope.
It,
yeah,
it sounds like it, but there's no guitar in there.
Yeah.
I do a little production too, honestly, and I love doing that, like taking a synth and then distorting it so it sounds like a guitar.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
It's dope.
Yeah, no, the live instrumentation really comes through on the album too. Like you can, it's got a really like organic feel to it.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah,
And of
yeah.
course, this man right here, JR, engineered like this whole thing, you know. So he really went crazy with it too.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, yeah, he's really good at what he does.
You do good work.
Shout out JR. So the beginning of you making music, what would you say? Where did that start? When did you think, oh man, this is what I want to do? You know.
So I started making music when I was like 3 years old.
Oh,
Like,
wow.
I was like singing, like, you know, just like ever since I was like born, like you know, I was born in Indonesia. I was born in Bali actually,
Oh,
and everybody was always telling me like, oh, he's gonna be a singer, he's gonna be a singer, all like that. And my parents were just like, yo, like this dude just was just born, bro. He's gonna be a star, you know, because everybody there is just like don't know anything about like, you know, like stardom or like
yeah.
you know, music and stuff. It's just like rural and like, you know, like islandy there. So they're all just like, oh, he's gonna be a star. My parents are just like, yo, like this dude
He's
was
only 3.
yeah, this kid was just born.
They called it though, man. They called it.
Right.
Yeah, and I
As
was
soon as he sees it.
singing in church and stuff like that when I was like, you know, like a kid and whatnot. And they used to tell me that I used to like, my mom used to tell me that I would just like sing, like take my hat and be like for tips and stuff and whatnot. But I didn't really start taking it seriously till I was like 14, 15 when I met my mentor, Harv. He's based here, and he's like a songwriter in the industry, like behind the scenes and whatnot.
Very cool. Yeah,
And he like just like basically taught me a whole lot of what I know, introduced me to a lot of like people that are like producers and songwriters in the industry and whatnot, and basically just like got me right. He like put me through like a whole lot of training and like just like, you know, did all that with me and whatnot. So after like I met him, like I started getting real serious. I used to rap actually, like I used to like primarily rap, and I was doing that for a minute and whatnot, and I like took a little break for a little bit just because of like some life stuff, and I started making music seriously again probably like 6-7 months ago.
Okay.
And that's when I started making the project, and yeah, now we here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Man.
Yeah, right.
What made you switch from rapping to singing?
So I just got bored, bro. Like I like rapping. It's really cool, but like I was just like, you know, at the point in time where I made the switch in my like, you know, like musical like identity, I was just going through a whole lot of like, you know, like life stuff and stuff like that. Like, you know, like I was like graduating high school, and like it was like a whole lot of complicated stuff. Like I was supposed to move to LA, it didn't work out. You know, my dad got sick. I was just feeling a whole lot of emotions, you know what I mean? I was like, I just feel like I can't convey all of this just through rapping. And that's not a diss to rapping, nothing like that. Some people can convey all through rapping. I just wasn't one of them, you know what I mean? So I just started singing, and I didn't really I had a fateful trip one day. I ain't gonna say too much, you know. You can interpret that however you want it, because I know we are live right now. But I had
Right.
you know, you could call it a vacation, a cheap vacation. Shout out to Frank.
Mental vacation.
Yeah, but I took a little trip one day, and you know, on the trip, you know, I like, you know, when you're on a trip, sometimes you could feel all your you know, body parts moving and stuff. So
Everything moving, yeah.
yeah, you know, so people always told me you gotta sing from your diaphragm, and I never really understood that, like how to do that. And when I was on that vacation, I felt it. You know what I mean? So
You knew exactly where it
That's-
was.
yeah,
really cool,
so
man,
my homie Okasan, we were making a song that actually got cut from the album, and I started singing, and you feel me? I'm like, oh, that's where my voice is. So I literally can pinpoint the day that I like unlocked my voice,
That is
like my
so
singing
dope.
voice.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah, it was a
amazing.
great day, bro. Like Trump lost that day. You feel me? We was eating tacos in Franklin Park, just with the homies. Like,
Get that
Great
mind
day.
body connection.
Right.
going, hell
Great
yeah,
day,
hell
great
yeah.
day.
That's amazing, man. That's so
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, no, I think singing. It's really dope how much the scene's opened up in that respect. I feel like too. Like I
For
don't
sure.
think people that are rapping and singing, like you don't have to pick lane.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want at this point. You know what I mean? Like you can even sing rap. I mean, like there's like melodic shit that's popping off right now. Like there's so much room for that to like.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's like really dope to explore, honestly. And I mean, you can kind of tell in some of the tracks where I wouldn't call it sing rapping,
Yeah.
but like you can tell that there's a flow there. You know what I mean?
That's-
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
man, I've been hearing a lot of that from the Columbus scene really a lot lately
Yeah.
too. Honestly, like a
For
lot
sure.
of like melodic kind of trappier sounds and stuff like
Yeah.
that. We're so lucky right now to be in Columbus, honestly,
Yeah.
too. We don't talk about it enough, but like Columbus scene is really going crazy right
We
now.
have
bro.
we have some talent.
bro, this is the healthiest the music scene has been here in a long time.
It has.
It is. No, it's
Right.
wild. It's really cool to see, honestly.
Yeah.
Especially with the pandemic and everything. I feel like it's coming back in full force.
Bro,
right now.
because everybody had like a whole year to figure out what they wanted to do.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So it's like if you was in a pandemic, you had nothing to do and you wasn't working on your craft. It's like, what are you even doing, bro?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
it's
nothing
Stressing
but
you, probably,
time.
Yeah.
It's
No
like-
excuses. What like why are you not working on your music if this is what
Same.
you want to do?
I'm saying, bro. It's like you had nothing but time this last year. You know, I mean,
Yep.
aside from like the people that are essential workers and stuff, shout out to
Of
them.
course. Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? But
But-
yeah, bro.
Something I think I had discussed on a previous show was like stuff like the pandemic is probably the best time for artists to be an artist. When the world is crumbling, artists are the ones that like flourish. Like
Yeah.
painters, singers, dancers, all of it. Like
Yeah, for sure, bro. Even if you look at history, bro, it's like so many great movements start at like a pivotal point in like culture, like counterculture and history and stuff.
Mhm.
Like the punk movement, you know, the psychedelic hippie era and stuff like
Yep.
that. And now it's just like, bro, like we're coming, like my generation is coming into like this, you know, we're out of a pandemic. Like nobody just like we don't believe in like the stability of like where we live anymore. You know what I mean? And the music really reflects that.
It
Like
does.
punk is like punk and hip hop is like hand in hand now.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And it reflects in the
It
sounds
makes
too.
so much sense too. Like,
Yes.
I don't know why it didn't happen sooner. Honestly,
Yeah.
like they're so aligned in values and stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
bro.
Yeah.
Hip hop is the new punk,
Honestly, I
bro.
think it's because punk was so white for so long. If I'm being
Yeah.
totally honest, like I feel
But-
like it's now like kind of
Yeah.
expanded and been like way more inclusive.
For sure, bro. And look at the sonics of it. It's not even just like the subject matter, but the sonics of it.
Yep.
Like,
They're blending.
bro, hip hop is so infused with rock now. You look at artists like Juice WRLD,
Yeah.
you know, like X back in the day, like
Mhm.
Trippy, bro. Like even people like OGs like Cudi and stuff,
So
man.
excited for Trippy's new album, man.
Yeah, shout out to
Yeah.
Trippy,
Yeah,
man.
I know.
I know,
Ohio,
man.
baby.
Shout out to Trippy, man. I'll see you in Miami, boy.
Yeah, did you go to school with Trippy?
I went to high school with Trippy,
That's
yeah.
so wild.
Nice.
That's so
Right.
nuts.
Yeah, I saw the photos on Instagram. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Freshman year, I went to high school with Trippy. Cool
Nice.
dude. We weren't like best friends and like that, but we were good friends.
That's
You know,
dope.
talking
That's
the
dope,
phone and
yeah.
whatnot. Yeah.
He seemed like a quiet dude back when he was younger. or
You
something.
said what?
He seemed like a quieter dude when he was younger.
Nah, that dude was not quiet.
No.
bro. That
He
dude
was like, "Don't
that
get that
dude-
wrong."
That dude was loud. But it's like, you know, he's the type of dude where like I met him for the first time. I actually met him through my boy that was a hooper, and you feel me? He was like, yo, you know, I need you to meet this dude that rap, like, you know, cause you make music too. So he introduced me to him, and I'm just like, bro, like just off bat, I'm just like, bro, like I ain't never met no one like this dude. You feel me? Like this dude is just so loud, rambunctious, and he just was like always like, yeah, he always said like, I'm gonna be a star, I'm gonna be a star. Like he always said that stuff, and he did it. You know what I mean? So it's crazy, yo. Like I still remember like him FaceTiming me. Like he FaceTimed me when I was in class one day. He's like, yeah, I'm in Atlanta, bro. I'm like, he's like, just drop out, come through. I'm like, bro, like I have
Just
Asian
drop
parents,
out
bro.
and come
Like you
through.
feel me? Like it don't work that way. But it's all good. Like, you know, like I never was like jealous of his like success and nothing like that. I would never like, I'm the type of person, bro, where like I'm very happy to see others succeed, especially with like around the areas that I'm from. So it's like I think it's like a really healthy way to think. Like, you know, people in Columbus always talk about how people here don't support each other, how it's like a real hating culture. And I just want to like, you know, like be an example of like a change of that. Like I'm not jealous of bro at all. I'm just like, your success does not mean that I cannot have success too.
Right.
And I don't even want to leech off yours, bro. Like
Yep.
honestly, bro, like he shows love. Like he reposted one of my videos like a couple months ago, and that was great. You know,
Yeah.
that was dope. You know, his people just hit me up for some merch like the other day, and it's just like, you know, I'll just get it on my own, bro. And if you want to show love, then great. You know what I mean? If not, then that's completely fine. You don't owe me nothing. You feel me? And that's the way that I feel like everybody should go about things. But
No,
you
I
know,
completely agree.
but
I
shout out
think
to
it's
them,
I think it's really cool when people who have made it reach back down and are like, hey, let me like pull people up with me, right?
Yeah.
But like, I do think you need that mentality of like,
Exactly.
I don't owe anybody anything, they don't owe me anything.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Like you can't be entitled with it, bro. You feel me? So it's just like, I'll just take what I get. You know what I mean? And if not, it's just like, I'm gonna do it on my own anyway with my people, you know. So I'm not mad at it. But shout out to them 1400 boys. That boy's going crazy. That boy's going crazy.
Shout
man.
out.
You released 2 songs, Playboy Cardi, Lil Uzi Vert. Those 2 songs are both better than every single song on those the respective albums of those 2 guys. I'm not gonna lie. I like no shades to Playboy Cardi. I love Playboy Cardi. I love Lil Uzi Vert. 2 songs are crazy. They go
Yeah.
Without Trippy, it ain't nothing.
All right. Well, Davi, hey, really nice talking to you, man. We're gonna give you some space, let you. You're gonna perform the crowd today, I think. Is that correct?
I think I'm gonna perform See Me. Just
Oh,
because
See Me?
Picard is not here with me. He's in New York right now.
That's
So
perfect. That's perfect.
I'll do See Me.
Before we let you go, we're gonna give you this Ground Sounds watch.
Grind time.
Thank you so much.
Little Ground Sounds merch for you. Yeah,
Sure.
yeah,
This is dope.
yeah. Yeah,
I feel like a spy kid.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
That's the
Just all of a sudden, like, messages just ceiling and just save you whatever situation.
I might need that. I've been in some weird situations, man.
I am the security guard, so I'll just pop up.
Hey, man. Always need that. But all right, man. I'll be back.
All right, let's get this show rolling, man.